Imagine a world where the Star-Spangled Banner waves not so freely. Even with the United States' influence and generosity, there are places where an American passport opens fewer doors and meets cooler receptions. Ready to uncover which countries might not roll out the welcome mat for U.S. citizens in 2024? Hold on to your passports or perhaps leave them behind this time as we venture into the top 10 countries where Americans are less than welcome. It's Dennis and Becca here, and we're exploring 10 spots where Americans might feel about as welcome as a skunk at a lawn party. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell to stay updated on all our latest travel adventures. Stick around until the end to get the full scoop on these countries and understand why they've turned hostile towards American visitors. Without further delay, let's dive into the list. Starting off with number 10, Cuba. Picture this: streets lined with vintage cars, the air filled with the scent of cigars, and a salsa rhythm in the background. But hold your horses, my American friends. Visiting this vibrant island isn't as easy as booking a flight and packing sunscreen. The US and Cuba have been at loggerheads for more than a half-century, making tourism more about diplomacy than discovery. For Americans, access is limited to specific categories like family visits, educational activities, or humanitarian projects. You can forget leisurely strolls on Veradero Beach unless you fit into those niches. The visa process. It's like trying to get a backstage pass to a Rolling Stones concert. You better have a good reason or know someone. Tourist travel directly from the USA to Cuba is still a no-go, and you'll need to navigate the maze of regulations to find your legal pathway in. This includes getting a travel license from the US government that fits one of the approved travel categories. Once you're there, the welcome might be warm from the locals, but the governmental gaze will be cool. Internet access, spotty, credit cards, better bring cash. It's a step back in time with a twist of intrigue, making it alluring yet complicated. So if you're up for an adventure that requires a bit of legal gymnastics, Cuba could be your kind of challenge. Just remember, it's not your typical beach holiday. Coming in at number 9, Saudi Arabia. Venture into Saudi Arabia where the sands of time meet modern skyscrapers. However, as an American, don't expect the red carpet treatment. The kingdom's doors aren't exactly wide open, especially for casual tourists from the States. Saudi Arabia has a tightly controlled visa regime that reflects its conservative cultural values and complex political landscape. Visiting here isn't just about having the funds. It's about fitting into one of the permissible categories of travel like business, religious reasons, or family visits. The visa application process is as daunting as deciphering an ancient script. You need an invitation from a Saudi sponsor and go through a thorough vetting process that can take weeks or even months. Tourist visas do exist, but they come with their own set of restrictions, and they're not typically extended to solo American travelers without a sponsored tour group. Once you're in, the country offers an intriguing blend of ancient traditions and rapid modernization. You can explore breathtaking sights like the ruins of Madain Saleh or the bustling streets of Riyadh. However, remember that cultural sensitivity is paramount. Women are expected to wear abayas, and public displays of affection are a strict no-no. Also, the laws here are stringent with severe penalties for what many Westerners would consider minor offenses. Navigating Saudi Arabia as an American is like walking a tightrope, thrilling yet perilous. It's a land where every step must be measured, mirroring the cautious relationship between the two nations. So, if you're looking for a travel experience that mixes awe with a dose of adrenaline, Saudi Arabia might just be your ticket. Number 8 on the list, Iran. Now, let's talk about Iran. This place has a tapestry as rich as any Persian rug, but for American travelers, it's tangled with more red tape than you can imagine. The diplomatic dance between the US and Iran is a complex ballet where neither seems keen on stepping on each other's toes, at least in a friendly manner. For Americans, visiting Iran is like trying to attend a party you weren't invited to. You need to go through a tour agency approved by the Iranian Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and even then, you're not flying solo. You'll be part of a guided tour at all times. The visa process is notoriously unpredictable. It's like throwing darts blindfolded. You might hit the bullseye, or miss the board entirely. And let's just say the board's been spinning thanks to ongoing political tensions. Despite these hurdles, the country's allure is undeniable. From the bustling bazaars of Tehran to the ancient ruins of Persepolis, the historical and cultural wealth of Iran is breathtaking. But here's the kicker. Once you're there, the hospitality is often warm. And the food? You seriously haven't lived until you've tried real Persian kebab. So, if you're the type of traveler who likes a challenge and doesn't mind a hefty side of bureaucracy with your adventures, Iran might just be your next destination. Just pack your patience along with your passport. Lucky number 7. Bhutan. Next, we have Bhutan, the hidden kingdom shrouded in mystery and perched high in the Himalayas. This isn't your typical tourist destination. It's a place where happiness is measured, and preservation of culture comes before commercial tourism. Now, for Americans wanting to peek into this serene world, it's not as simple as booking a ticket and flying over. Bhutan values sustainable travel, which means they control how many visitors come through their doors each year. The process? Well, you can't just wander in. You need to go through a registered tour operator and pay a daily fee that covers your accommodation, food, transport, and a guide. This fee isn't small change either. It ensures that tourism benefits their economy without overwhelming their culture. Think of it as an all-inclusive package that also helps keep the country pristine. Once you're in, the beauty of Bhutan unfolds before you with every step. From the majestic Tiger's Nest Monastery that clings to the cliffside, to the tranquil rhythms of daily life that slow your pulse and soothe your soul. It's like stepping into a National Geographic frame, where every view is a postcard and every smile is heartfelt. But here's the twist. While Bhutan is open to showing you their world, they do it on their terms. The country isn't looking to fill up with tourists. Instead, it invites you to appreciate its unique pace and perspective. It's a lesson in travel, where less is more, and where every visit is meant to be meaningful. So, if you're looking for a getaway that offers more than just a break, but a real shift in how you view the world, Bhutan beckons with open arms and a gentle nod. Coming in at number 6, Russia. Moving on to Russia, the land of czars, vodka, and, let's just say, a pretty frosty welcome mat for American visitors lately. It's a vast country filled with stunning landscapes from the Hermitage in St. Petersburg to the wilds of Siberia. But if you're an American looking to explore Russia, you might find the visa process colder than their infamous winters. Getting a visa to Russia can feel like you're trying to crack the Da Vinci Code. First, you need an invitation or sponsorship from someone inside the country. Then, navigate through a thicket of paperwork that can seem as complex as their novel, War and Peace. It's not just about filling out forms. It's about proving why you should be allowed in. Tourist visas are available but come with their own set of strict rules and scrutinies. Once you're there, the cultural wealth of Russia is undeniable. The ballet, the opera, and those onion dome cathedrals. It's all breathtaking. However, political tensions can make the atmosphere a bit chilly for Americans. Relations between the US and Russia have been tense, and this trickles down to how tourists are sometimes perceived and treated. While the door to Russia isn't completely closed, it comes with a few stern guards at the entrance. It's a destination for the brave and the patient, adventurers ready to face a little Siberian cold for the sake of some world-class culture. Number 5. Syria. Next up, we've got Syria. Now this one's tricky, folks. Syria's rich tapestry of history is undeniable, with ancient cities like Aleppo and Damascus that have stories woven into every stone. However, the current situation is pretty grim with ongoing conflicts that make it a place where even the most intrepid travelers should tread cautiously. For Americans, traveling to Syria is about as advisable as juggling chainsaws. Possible, but why would you? The US government strongly advises against all travel to Syria. The visa process is more or less theoretical at this point. Even if you manage to get one, the risks involved in traveling there are monumental. Security concerns are paramount, and areas that were once bustling with tourists are now often in ruins or unsafe. Despite the dangers, the heart and resilience of the Syrian people continue to shine. Those who have visited in safer times recall the overwhelming hospitality and rich cultural exchanges. The food, the markets, the historical sites, all speak of a past and a spirit that refuses to be quelled by adversity. However, for now, the most support we can offer Syria is from afar. Engaging with Syrian culture through community support and learning about their incredible history is the best route for most American travelers. The hope is that one day, Syria will once again be a vibrant hub for explorers seeking to uncover the layers of human history embedded in its landscapes. Until then, we watch, we wait, and we wish for peace. Number 4. North Korea. Alright, strap in, because we're talking about North Korea. Now, if there ever was a do not enter sign for American tourists, North Korea would be it. This place is shrouded in mystery, governed by strict rules, and honestly, visiting as an American is like trying to get into a secret club, where the first rule is you don't talk about the club. The visa process for North Korea is, unsurprisingly, incredibly restrictive. Tourists can only enter as part of tightly controlled guided tours, where you're watched more closely than a sitcom on rerun. You'll need to go through an approved tour operator who will handle the rare tourist visa application for you, and even then, every step you take will be planned out in advance. Inside North Korea, you'll see what they want you to see: monumental statues, massive parades, and impeccably clean streets. But it's all a part of the show. The real North Korea is kept out of sight, hidden behind curtains that tourists are never allowed to peek behind. Traveling here is less about exploration and more about experiencing a carefully curated slice of a country under the world's strictest regime. It's a glimpse into a different world, where the rules we know just don't apply. So, while it's possible to visit, you've got to ask yourself, is the risk worth the reward? For most, it's a curiosity best satisfied through documentaries rather than direct visits. But hey, if you're into highly supervised adventures in enigmatic lands, maybe it's just the ticket for you. Coming in at number 3. Venezuela. Now we're heading to Venezuela, a country known for its stunning landscapes from the Andes Mountains to the Caribbean coastline. However, despite its natural beauty, Venezuela is facing a level of economic and political turmoil that makes it a challenging destination for American travelers. The visa process for Americans wanting to visit Venezuela is as tangled as a Caracas traffic jam. You'll need to navigate a labyrinth of bureaucratic red tape, from securing a tourist visa that requires an invitation letter to dealing with inconsistent regulations that can change as quickly as the weather. This isn't just a drop-in destination. You need to plan meticulously and prepare for the unexpected. Once you're in, the country's economic difficulties become apparent. Shortages of basic necessities and high inflation rates make daily life challenging for locals and visitors alike. However, the warmth of the Venezuelan people and the country's breathtaking natural beauty are still there, offering a poignant contrast to the hardships. Traveling here requires more than just a sense of adventure. It demands resilience and a deep respect for the complex dynamics at play. It's a place where you can experience profound beauty and heartbreaking struggle side by side. Engaging with Venezuela means looking beyond the headlines and understanding the resilience of its people. So, while Venezuela might not be rolling out the welcome mat with open arms, for the determined and respectful traveler, it offers a deeply enriching experience. Just remember, this trip is about more than snapping beautiful photos. It's about witnessing the reality of a country at a crossroads. Runner-up at number 2. Libya. Now let's venture into Libya, a land where ancient history collides with modern-day challenges. Libya's got a rich heritage with sites like the awe-inspiring Roman ruins of Leptis Magna, but sadly, it's also a place where political instability has left its mark. For Americans, thinking about traveling to Libya is like considering a dive into a shark tank. Exciting, but possibly not the best idea. The U.S. State Department typically advises against all travel here due to security issues ranging from civil unrest to terrorism. If you do decide to go, the visa process is a saga in itself. You'll need an official invitation, go through extensive security checks, and even then, it's a roll of the dice whether you'll get approval. Once in Libya, the contrast between the ancient and the contemporary is stark. The landscape is dotted with remnants of several civilizations, offering a mesmerizing glimpse into the past. However, the ongoing conflict means that many areas are off-limits, and safety can never be taken for granted. Visiting Libya now requires a serious commitment to understanding the risks involved. It's not your typical tourist destination. It's a place for serious history buffs and those with connections to the region. The experience can be profound, exposing you to a side of humanity and history that few have witnessed. So, while Libya holds treasures that are hard to match, the complexities of visiting are equally formidable. It's a country more suited for watching from afar or experiencing through documentaries, at least until the region stabilizes. Exploring Libya is about as extreme as travel gets. Thrilling, yes, but best approached with caution and respect for its complex situation. And the number 1 spot goes to Yemen. Topping our list is Yemen, a country of stark contrasts and intense beauty, currently ensnared in conflict that makes it perhaps the most challenging destination for American travelers. Yemen's mountains, desert landscapes, and ancient architecture are breathtaking, but the ongoing civil war has turned it into a no-go zone for most Western tourists, especially Americans. The U.S. government strongly discourages all travel to Yemen due to extreme threats from terrorist groups, missile attacks, and a devastating humanitarian crisis. If that wasn't enough to dissuade you, getting a visa is nearly impossible under current conditions. The few who might manage to enter typically do so for critical humanitarian reasons or urgent family matters, under heavy precautions. Yemen was once a hub on the ancient incense route, boasting spectacular sights like the old city of Sana'a, with its unique multi-storied buildings, and the mud-brick skyscrapers of Shibam, often called the Manhattan of the desert. Today, these sites suffer from neglect and damage due to the conflict, mirroring the struggles of the Yemeni people. Traveling here isn't about leisure. It's about witnessing firsthand the resilience of human spirits under some of the harshest conditions imaginable. It's a profound, often heart-wrenching experience that goes far beyond typical travel expectations. For now, the best way to appreciate Yemen is through support from afar. Engaging with Yemeni culture can be done through community events, supporting Yemeni businesses, or learning about their rich history and significant contributions to trade and global culture historically. While Yemen takes the top spot on our list, it serves as a reminder of the complexities of world travel and the importance of peace. It's a destination that hopefully will one day welcome tourists again under happier circumstances. Until then, we watch, hope, and support from a distance. And there you have it, folks. The top 10 countries where Americans might feel less than welcome in 2024. Remember, the world's a big place, and there's plenty more to explore where you'll be greeted with open arms. Love this adventure? Don't just sit there. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and drop a comment to join the fun. For more unique travel tales and expert tips, stick with your friends Dennis and Becca. Help us to grow and get better at making videos. Your support is greatly appreciated. Make sure to browse our channel for more engaging videos. Safe travels, everyone!